Welcome back to the Happy Pet channel. Enjoy our video.
Let's face it, we all want a Scooby-Doo kind of dog, but that's just not realistic. However, there are many dogs out there that could give Scooby-Doo a run for his money, and had the creators of Scooby-Doo known about a certain breed of dog, Scooby-Doo might have looked completely different. Stick around and find out which dog breed is the smartest. You just might be surprised. Number 10 is Toto, the shell game wizard. The shell game is usually an easy way for a con artist to make a few bucks off some unsuspecting tourist or yokel that thinks he's smarter than the con man. The shell game is supposed to be a game of chance. A coin or small object is placed under a cup or shell with many other empty cups or shells lined up beside it. They are shuffled around, and then you pick the cup or shell that you believe the object is in. If played honestly, you have a chance of winning, but good luck finding an honest shell game operator. Toto, on the other hand, is able to identify the cup with the treat every time. How he does it is a mystery to many. Could be a sense of smell, or that he's just that keen. However he does it, he gets it right every time. See what I'm talking about? Now that's a smart dog. Number 9 is Jumpy the Daredevil. Go to any dog park and you're sure to hear plenty of dog owners screaming commands at their poor pooches, only to be ignored 99% of the time. The one time their dog does obey, they puff their chest out and look around to see who saw this magical event. Well, Jumpy and his friends are not your average dog park dogs. No, they are highly trained in acrobatic and parkour movements. Jumpy is a border collie mix and took to his training like a fish to water. Commands such as sit, stay, lie down came almost instinctively to him, and his pals just followed Jumpy's lead. Jumpy's owner, Van Muller, taught Jumpy the basics of parkour and helped him get over his fear of heights and crowds. Today you can see Jumpy performing his many daredevil tricks throughout the Southern California parks. Who knows, one day you just might see Jumpy and Van hurling themselves off picnic tables or jumping off tall walls at a park near you. Number 8 is the talented Mr. Biscuit. Okay. Who hasn't sat down, propped your feet up, and got real comfy just to remember you left the remote in the kitchen? But if Mr. Biscuit was your dog, all you would need to do is say, Mr. Biscuit. Remote, and bingo bango, you have the remote. Kyle Shaw, Mr. Biscuit's owner, realized he was picking up on commands very quickly. He began giving Mr. Biscuit quick fire commands to see how quickly he was able to switch from one command to another. Surprisingly, Mr. Biscuit was able to respond to each and every command. Kyle soon began teaching Mr. Biscuit tricks as well, like sit, stay, and roll over. With the help of treats, Kyle was able to teach Mr. Biscuit to ring a bell when he wanted to go out. Kyle soon realized that Mr. Biscuit was able to learn just about anything Kyle taught him. Mr. Biscuit was soon responding to Kyle's voice commands to turn on or off the TV, fetch items from the kitchen. There was nothing Mr. Biscuit couldn't do. What started out as a command to G the remote control from the kitchen soon blossomed into a happy partnership between Kyle and Mr. Biscuit. Number 7 goes out to all the patient dogs out there. One dog can oftentimes be enough for an owner to handle, but add in a second or third dog and you may have mayhem on your hands. You may want to stay in for a quiet dinner, but soon find your entertaining Fido. Don't get me wrong, we love our little fur babies, and there isn't much we won't do or tolerate for them. But there is something to be said for the dog that is very patient, waits on you to give the command before moving about. The following dogs are all different breeds, but all share a common trait. They are all patient dogs that listen to their owner's voice for commands. Each dog knows their name and waits until their name is called before calmly walking out of the kennel. Now, if you think your dog is more patient than these dogs, let us know in the comment section below. If your significant other keeps telling you no to getting a dog, show them this video. Maybe it will change their mind. Can't hurt. Number 6 goes to Ozzy the tightrope walking dog. Ozzy is the former singer of Black Sabbath who branched out into a solo career with hits like... Sorry about that, wrong video. While all dogs have exceptional balance and can traverse some of the sketchiest of walkways, not all dogs possess the ability to balance on a swaying tightrope. Ozzy, the dog, not the singer, possesses an almost cat-like ability to remain balanced on a thin rope that would see lesser dogs tumbling to the ground. Soon, Nick would seek out other opportunities for Ozzy to demonstrate his amazing skill, and each time Ozzy enthusiastically jumped up and showed off his skill. Have you ever seen a dog with this much focus and agility? Number 5, Hecken the horse riding border collie. When most people need a helping hand on the farm, they hire out. Not so with Hecken. When Heckan's owners needed someone to attend to their horses, Hecken was the first and only applicant. Hecken showed an incredible aptitude for knowing how to control the horses on the farm. This makes sense being that his breed is known for herding sheep and cattle. But Hecken took it a step further and would jump on the back of the horses and ride them to where they needed to be. Obviously, this shocked his owners the first time they saw it, but he proved to be just as reliable as any farmhand and at a fraction of the cost. Hecken learned every command needed to wrangle and move these giant creatures and did it with a wagging tail and an excitement not found. In most farmhands, why hire an expensive stable hand when you have one that only requires food, water, and an occasional belly rub? Hecken even opened the Sydney Olympic ceremony by riding in on a Clydesdale and signaling the opening of the Olympic Games. Imagine if you had that honor. Number 4, Colt the service dog. Everyone thinks they have the best dog in the world, and they aren't wrong. Dogs are the only domesticated creature that loves you more than themselves and will do everything in its power to protect you. Colt is the perfect example of this. Colt's owner, Janae, was a lover of all things outdoors. She loved to skydive, hike, and climb mountains. One day she fell and struck her head, requiring brain surgery. While the surgery was a success, Janae was left with some debilitating side effects. She was left with muscle weakness, fainting spells and seizures. At any moment, she could be struck down and unable to help herself. That's where Colt the service dog comes in. Colt was handpicked and trained to meet all of Janae's needs. He was trained to detect when she was about to have a seizure and get her to lie down and assist her by ensuring she was safe. Beofrey searching for her medication and having it ready when she was able to take it. Colt would lick her hands and face in an attempt to get her to come to. He was even trained to listen to her heart rhythm and if it wasn't normal, alert others for immediate assistance. Even in her daily life, Colt is right by her side. There is very little he is unable to do for her. But don't worry, he has plenty of time to just be a dog and have fun doing dog things. My part is done here. I'm going to hand it off to Josh for the top 3 amazing dogs. Take it away, sir.
Nana the Balancing Dog. From books, biscuits, and basketballs to apples, plates of food, and domestic rodents, there's almost nothing that Nana can't balance. This clever clogs collie is proving just how smart this breed can be. Border collies are some of the most intelligent dogs around, as you can tell just by how many times they've been featured on this list. But Nana clearly shows that when it comes to focus and balance, they excel here too. Nana's owners have taught her how to balance piles of items on her nose, head, and even her paws while she's standing on 2 feet. She can carry a spoon in her mouth with an egg on it, balance toys on her hind legs and walk, carry a glass of water on her head while her owner fills it, and walk up the stairs backward while balancing a book. It's not sheer luck that has made Nana able to carry out all these weird and unusual tasks. Her owners have put hours of training using a clicker and positive reinforcement to put her at the top of her game. Then, once she is finished balancing, she is rewarded with a treat or toy. It's also clear from watching the videos of Nana that she loves what she does. She gets immense satisfaction from following her owner's orders and making them happy. Clever doggo, Nana. First driving dogs. Dogs bring so much joy into our lives and do anything they can to make us happy, but not all humans are willing to return the favor. According to the ASPCA, about 2 million dogs that end up in shelters are euthanized when they can't find their forever home. While we shouldn't need marketing campaigns to encourage people to adopt dogs, that's precisely what the SPCA in New Zealand, with the help of Minnie, decided to do. SPCA Auckland customized a Mini Countryman and taught 3 shelter dogs how to drive. Minnie then asked its advertising agency, Draft FCB, to create a campaign, and the rest is history. Porter, a shelter dog, became the world's first driving dog. 4 trainers got together with shelter dogs Porter, Monty, and Jenny and developed their driving skills. Minnie and SPCA worked together to customize the Mini to suit the canine drivers. They added paw-friendly handles on the steering wheel, made the ignition button easier to start, and taught them the essential functions of driving in a training setup. The dogs were then able to get into the car for real, putting their newfound tricks to good use. All 3 dogs successfully started the car, accelerated, and turned a corner before coming to a stop. The campaign video, which ran with the slogan, "Dogs this smart deserve a home," drove home the importance of adopting Chaser, the wordsmith. Chaser was a border collie who was deserving of not only treats for his efforts, but enrollment in a classroom. Such was his vocabulary that he could give many humans a run for their money. Psychology professor John W. Pilley was curious about how many words a dog could learn. Given how intelligent border collies are, he knew his own one stood a chance of acquiring a significant number. He purchased hundreds of toys and gave each of them a name. Chaser learned all his toys' names and was thus named the world's smartest dog. Professor Pilley would pick any toy at random, and it didn't matter which one. He wouldn't look in the direction of the toy, but would let Chaser use his expansive vocabulary to find it himself. Without hesitation, Chaser would chase down the toy that Professor Pilley had said the name of. With each new toy, it never took Chaser long to learn it. Professor Pilly would tell Chaser the name, put the toy among all the others, then tell him to fetch the new toy by name. Chaser's success rate was unbelievable. But it wasn't just toy gathering that Chaser was good at. He was exceptionally talented with puzzles as well. Professor Pilly could select 4 random toys that Chaser knew, then add a new one he hadn't seen before. He would tell Chaser to pick the new toy, and he would use the process of elimination by removing all the toys he did know to find the new one. Chaser, to this day, has the most extensive tested memory of any non-human. He started knowing objects by name from around 5 months of age and could pair names with objects after 1 test and reaffirmation to ensure it was in his long-term memory. He was also adept at knowing what a ball was, a tree, and even a house. Adverbs, prepositional objects, and verbs were no match for Chaser and his brilliance. Professor Pilly died in June 2018, and Chaser passed away of old age in July 2019.